Hey everyone, welcome to the next episode of Synced Up Equipment Basics. My name is Kyle, and today we're going to be learning our second basic toss on flag known as the J-toss. Before we get into it, please make sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and as always, hit that bell icon so you can stay up to date with any of our future uploads. Let's go learn how to do our second toss. So like I said earlier, a J-toss is another fundamental toss that we're going to be adding to our repertoire today. It's a little bit different from pop toss though, because it is a one-handed toss that initiates from the pole of the flag. So it's going to be just a little bit different. In today's video, I'm going to be going over everything you need to know from the prep all the way to the catch of this toss. And then I'm also going to give you some key fundamentals in terms of understanding weight of the flag that can really help you with anything, whether it be choreography, technique, tossing. We're going to learn some things that are going to be super crucial to our overall color guard career. So we're going to be starting in a right angled position, but a slight difference to this is I'm going to take that right hand that's at the tab and I'm going to bring it underneath to start. So I'm still at that hip shoulder angle, but I just flipped my right hand to go under. From here, to prep for my toss, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by lifting up the silk with my right hand. Once I've lifted it up, I'm going to let go of it. So it gives just a little bit of like a lifting sensation. So I start from here and I just push that silk up and I let go with the right hand. Once the flag gets to the pure vertical position right here, I'm going to take this right hand and I'm going to place it at the top tape in what we call money hand. And it's called money hand because it's like we're asking for money. So my hands looks like this. My four fingers are together and my thumb is separated. And then I bring it flat to where my palm is facing up. I place my thumb on the back side of the pole and my fingers are extended out in front and my hand is on the side of the pole. This is going to be that money hand grab position. So we start at that right angle position. I lift the silk up and I grab in money hand. So you'll notice that going up into this prep is very different than the prep of the pop toss. Like I said earlier, this is a one-handed toss, so we only have our right hand. When we start to pull and release of that toss, we're only using our right hand. So we don't have the left hand anymore to give us that push and the power that we did for a pop toss. So we're going to talk about how we can accommodate for that right now. So the biggest thing is that the right hand still has the same job. It's still the one that decides the height of the toss. So you may ask me, where do I get my power and my speed? And that's going to be from the swing. So from this position right here, let me get the silk out of my way. Once I'm in this money hand position, I'm going to let go with that left hand and the pole is going to fall into that right hand. This fall is what's building up my momentum and my speed. So when I get to this vertical position and I start to pull it down, as it swings down into the low space, I'm building up my speed and my power, and then I pull the silk back up, and this is where I let go of it. So from here, all the way to here is where I get the rotation and the speed that I need for the toss. And then the right hand, all it has to do is think about lifting the toss. This is why this toss is called a J-toss, because you're creating a J with that right hand. You go up and then you J it out. So that's another way to kind of remember it. So again, from here, I'm using the momentum of the down swing to go up into the release of the toss. And then I just lift with the right hand. So now that we know the prep of this toss and then how the right hand contributes to the lack of the left hand, let's talk about how to catch it. I'm going to be catching a J-toss in my right center position as just a basic catch position from here. I catch with my right hand at the tab and my left hand splitting the silk. So from my release of the toss, when it goes up into the air right there, I let go and it spins in the air. Once it gets to this position where the silk is back up, I connect my right hand at the tab and then I squeeze my left hand at the center of the silk and I stop it at this pure vertical position. So now that you know how the prep of this toss works, the right hand contribution and the catch of it, you're gonna just put those three ideas together and then you get your full toss. So a quick demo of the J-toss. We go up, we release, we squeeze in that right center position. So I started at that right angle, I pulled up into my money hand grab, I let this flag swing down to increase the speed, I let go of it, it spun once in the air, and then I connected at that right center position. So now that we've gone through how to toss a J-toss, let's talk about how to count this thing. It's a little bit different from a pop toss. So when we talked about a pop toss, our prep was this bottom cone, and then from this position right here, we initiated our spin through that push and that lift. So we started with our silk down, and then we ended with our silk down. For a J-toss, however, our initiation of the spin starts here. So our silk is up, and then we start to pull into that spin, and then we release. And so one more full rotation would mean that the silk has to go up one more time. So if you're catching silk down, that doesn't necessarily mean that it's wrong to catch silk down. It just means that you're not doing a full rotation. You're doing more like a rotation and a half. So for the basic setup of this J-toss, we just want to do that single rotation where we lift up, we release, and we catch with our silk up one more time. And then the last thing that I want to talk about is something that's going to be super crucial for you guys in terms of everything you do in color guard, and that's going to be understanding weight. I can't stress enough that once you fully understand how the weight of your equipment works, you'll start to control it in ways that are so masterful and so easy to you. So when we were talking about the basic, what is a flag, you know, like the anatomy of it and everything that makes it up, we talked about how the top crutch chip has the heavier weight and the bottom crutch chip has the lighter weight. Now this is important for this J-toss because we have to use those to our advantage as we go into the release. So when we were starting, we started at this right angle and we pulled up to this money hand grab position. Notice the heavier weight of my flag is up right now. And along with that, I have a majority of the pole above my hand because I'm grabbing at this top tape. If I was grabbing at the tab, I'd be splitting the size of the pole, so I'd have equal distance on both sides of my hand. But right now, I have less pole underneath it, along with less weight, and more pole on top of it, along with more weight. That means that when I pull into the release of my toss, I am pulling the heavier side of the flag, which may seem like, oh, that's harder, you're pulling more weight. But gravity becomes something that's super helpful to us. So as I pull up into this position right here, and I'm pulling, the momentum of the flag falling with heavier weight is gonna build up more energy and more speed for us going into the release. So if you can use the swing into the release of this J-toss to your advantage, the toss itself will become a lot easier for you. If you try and just muscle it out and just use your hand to get it out, sure, you may get the rotation you're looking for, but you exerted a lot of your energy to get that out. And when you're trying to do a full 6-minute to 10-minute long show, that can become difficult. So you want to make sure that you're using the weight and gravity to your advantage to get this toss out for you without you having to exert too much energy. And just to do a quick review of everything we went over today, we talked about how to do a J-toss, starting from the prep position all the way through to the catch position of this toss. We also talked about how to count the rotation of a J-toss, and then we went over something super crucial, which is understanding our weight and using it to our advantage for our equipment specifically. Before y'all head out, please make sure to like this video and comment down below any questions you may have related to this toss or really anything in color guard. I'll be there to help you guys out. Anyways, happy spinning, and I'll see you guys in the next video.